Hello, hello Libra. Welcome to your September 2019 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Libra. And before I get started, please, if you don't mind, take a moment to subscribe, like this video, share this video if you feel called to, and don't forget to check me out on Instagram. And if you need to work with me, make sure you go to onyxhealing.com, or you can check the link in the description box for all sorts of good stuff and access to working with me. So without further ado, I am going to lay this spread out. I'm just doing 10 cards in some formation that feels right for you, and yeah, then I'll get to reading. All right, people, let's start with these oracle cards. Forgiveness. Congratulations, you're being given one of the most powerful superpowers there is. Forgiveness. Imagine that you've been bitten by a radioactive forgiver. The point is, you suddenly have the ability to forgive people for their flaws, their bad days, their unkind moments, and their mistakes. And the best thing about forgiveness is you can simply apply it to yourself too. Have fun wielding your new power. But remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace. Forgiveness is kind of interesting, because I think a lot of people might kind of conflate forgiveness with a lack of boundaries. And so I just want to remind you that forgiveness has nothing to do with sacrificing boundaries or engaging with people who aren't good for you. That's not what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is just kind of coming into a space of acceptance of anything that has transpired previously. Forgiveness is essentially acceptance, is the best way I can explain it. It doesn't mean that you kind of give everyone a free pass. It's just kind of allowing yourself to understand this is what has happened, this is the way it's been, and moving forward in whatever way is best for you. And then also being really gentle with yourself this month is going to be important. I am ready to receive love is the next message. So it's all about loving yourself, giving that to yourself first, treating yourself well, doing things that are kind for yourself. That's the most important piece here. If you come from a place of I'm bad, I need to be punished, you know, that's not going to go over well. That's why forgiveness and receiving love are closely tied together. And we have Dolphin. This is going to be a month for you to play, focus on the energy of almost childlike energy. That's the primary thing that's coming through with this Dolphin card. So just understand that this is a great month to start focusing in on how can I create a sense of play and lightheartedness within myself, and what really inspires that for you. Okay, now let's get started. First thing coming up is the Emperor. Personal power, authority. This is also a month to take action for you. So I'm seeing that September is probably going to be a month when you really want to do what you say you want to do. Like really apply action in any area that you want to grow. Without action, it's kind of like God might not take you seriously, you know, because action is the most dense form of manifestation. So that's the place to start. If you want something, take action on it this month. No waiting for permission. Don't wait for a special sign. Take action. See what happens. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. This is that resistance that I was just mentioning. Like waiting for a sign of some sort is not going to work this month. It's just not, because there's always a million reasons to hold back. There's a million reasons not to take action. There's a million reasons to be afraid and to, you know, whatever. So long as you are acting from a place of alignment and assuming that you're being responsible and not inflicting harm on others, it's something where you're not going to fuck it up, is the best way I can put it. So fear less, trust the actions that you feel called to take, and move forward with it. Again, so long as they're responsible and not inflicting harm on others. Just feel the need to mention that. And then we have the sun. This has been coming up a lot, and I think it's funny because the summer months actually didn't have as much play as September has, at least as far as I've gotten in the readings. And you also have the dolphin card on the table. Again, play, fun, lightheartedness, recreation. That's what the sun represents. And so I'm just getting that there's major overlap between the action that you're taking and then needing to relax, recoup, restore your energy, and play is the fastest way to do that. Then we also have the Two of Knives. This is referring more to the action that you are taking. You're going to want to just know that you're not going to have absolute clarity or certainty right off the bat. It's something that you're going to be a little bit blind to. So that's why you want to enjoy yourself in the process, because the fruits of your labor don't come overnight. It's not that there's one thing that you do and that's the end all be all. Usually it's an accumulation, especially if you're taking small steps and pushing past your internal fears. So that's why you really want to enjoy the energy that you have now and the time and space and freedom that you have now. That's the main thing. Okay, and then we have the Six of Wands. This is victory. So understand that what you desire, what you're wanting to move towards, whether you've taken action on it or not, is achievable. That's what the Six of Wands reminds us, is that we can get there even if we can't see it right away. But you need to make time for pleasure in the moment. If you don't do that, then all of your time to experience play and fun and pleasure are just kind of going to slip through your fingers. So make some space for that, make some time for that, and you're going to get where you need to go with consistent action and pushing beyond the excuses, the mental resistance, and forgiving yourself for any past experiences that might be weighing you down. Okay, and then we have the King of Knives. This is carving your own path, authority of thought and mind. So this is a nice card to have, just because it's a reminder of whatever it is that you're thinking or wanting, that's something that you can own for yourself. You don't need permission to think outside of the box or wanting to carve your own path. And then we have the Hermit. You have to get introspective. If you want to get clarity about what do I want or what feels good, what makes sense for me, you're going to have to kind of take after that Hermit energy. Find a quiet space within yourself. This is a good time to meditate. It's a good time to reflect. It's a good time to look on past experiences, past successes, really harness the things that you're good at and that you desire. That's where you're going to gain a lot of freedom mentally if you start tapping into that. But the answers are going to come from a place of peace, quiet, mindfulness. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So this is kind of like balancing logic, rationale with how do I feel about it? What's the internal state that I'm in? Does this feel right for me? What's the feeling that the experience is conjuring up? That's an important way to position yourself, I guess. So you're going to want to balance these two things. You're going to want to marry them, if you will, with the way you're thinking and the emotions that are coming up. The other thing that I'm getting for this is whatever you're pursuing, whatever challenge is in front of you, whatever you're working on, ask yourself, how do I feel about it? And let that be a big part of your compass. If the feeling brings up positive emotion and it makes you feel excited, it makes you feel good, it makes you feel like a big fat yes, then you can trust that you can move in that direction. You can start taking action on it. If it makes you feel existential dread and misery, suffering, and pain, then, you know, you might need to change course, change direction. All right, and then we have the Ace of Wands. This is you got it. This is also a big energy card. So if you've been looking for a boost of energy, maybe you didn't experience it quite that much throughout the summer, or that's if you're in the northern hemisphere. But like the past few months, maybe if you have been feeling a little bit groggy, or like you haven't had as much energy to do the things that you've been wanting to do, this is an indication that that's shifting for you, that you really do have more energy over this next month in September than you have before. So this is a good time to capitalize on all of that energy that you have. Maybe there's a few things that are really opening up for you and you have more time, space, and energy to give. And then we also have the Star. Trust that everything is working out in divine timing, so long as you are trusting yourself, taking action. You know, I don't like to, I don't subscribe to the belief that you can just not do anything. You can sit on your hands, you don't have to take action, and you just think about it, and that's it. I think that it's also about taking action. Again, you have the Emperor down here at the base. Don't ignore this. This is an important piece of your reading down here. The Star is a reminder of faith. It's even if you can't see it yet, you still want to believe. And I'm getting that because you have some energy that's freed up, or there's an abundance of energy, that the Star is showing up to say, yes, keep stimulating or focusing your attention on whatever you're wanting to grow. And then the last card we have is the Knight of Wands. I'm going to clarify this one. The Lovers. Okay, so this, it's funny because I was like, this looks like a person to me. And so that is actually a confirmation. Is it necessarily romantic? Because these aren't romance readings, I say no, it's not necessarily. I know that some of you are probably already partnered or already coupled. And because of that, it's not going to exclusively be your partner. It could be someone, if you've been actively manifesting that, you know, I throw in that disclaimer. This could be someone showing up. So if you really like fire signs, that's a good omen for that. But on the other side of things, remember that the Lovers can also represent business partnerships. It can also represent friendships, or someone who's like supportive and helpful. That's the energy I'm getting from the Knight of Wands. This doesn't look like you to me. This looks like someone who's kind of a meaningful connection that can help progress all of the things that you've been wanting. Maybe this is the right contact for you to get that job, or find that practitioner, or it's just a social connection in some capacity that is either supporting or guiding you towards the right relationships. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. It's safe for you to start if you've been experiencing a lot of fear around initiating, trying something new, doing something different. The Ace of Pentacles is a reminder of, hey, you can plant that seed. It's okay for you to do that. So if you've been looking from a perspective of, oh, I really want to start that thing, this is the month to do that as well. Right? Because, of course, anytime there's Mercury retrograde, which, of course, it's been over for a while, but it can stall things out. And so if August was kind of a month where you weren't taking a lot of action, then September is like, okay, no more fooling around, really getting on it, getting started, taking that necessary action for you to go where you want to go. Now we're going to do a 3-card pick. You're welcome to ask a question, ask for guidance, clarity, pick as few or as many cards as you'd like. Card number 1. Knight of Wands. This is showing me that that person or that contact is super important for you. So because it's mimicking, it's the same card that's up here, I would say you're definitely going to want to keep your eyes peeled and pay attention to your contacts. This could also be a call for you to reach out to people that maybe you know or that have that you can reconnect with in order to see, like, maybe this could propel things in the right direction. Because connections are really important, and so I'm just getting that this is pointing out that person or that initiator once again. And then we have the Queen of Cups making an appearance again. How do you feel? How do you want to feel? What inspires those feelings? What takes those feelings away? Are you trusting your gut? Are you listening to your intuition? Remember that your body and the information that your body is saying absolutely yes, go for it, or absolutely not, is important. The feeling that you experience is what's going to carry that energy throughout whatever it is you're pursuing. So the more you can master the energetic state, the emotional state, the better off you're going to be. Card number 3, we have the Four of Swords. It's okay to rest and take breaks and recalibrate if you need. If you need this month to just recharge and have fun and use your energy to kind of enjoy yourself, it can be a strategic move. I'm getting that you're not going to want to ignore taking action on the important stuff, but just remember that if you are in a space where you need to replenish your energy and you do want to focus a little bit more on fun and alignment and doing things that inspire a lot of pleasure, it's safe for you to do that if you need. So it just depends where you're at, or this is about a specific situation where maybe you want to stop putting energy if you asked about something specific. So that could also be the case. I'm getting it's probably the latter for a lot of you. If you're like, well, what do I do about such and such? The answer is slow down, stop trying to force it or suffocate it with too much energy. All right, my friends, that's all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to take a moment to subscribe and like this video. Please check out onyxhealing.com and my Instagram at onyxhealing. And if you need to work with me one-on-one, you know I'm available to you. Check out all of the links in the description box, and I will talk to you later. Have a beautiful September, everybody. Bye-bye.